Hello, everyone, and welcome to our third Moody Talk on sadness. If you haven't listened to our other Moody Talks, let me just give you an idea of what we discussed. The first week, we talked about what are the words that we use, the describing words that we use for sadness, and how do we feel about them in their intensity. Some words may feel much less intense than other words. It's really good to understand that so that you know the intensity of how you're feeling an emotion, right? We also talked about body sensations and how our body reacts, how we react to sadness. And then last week we talked about distracting with wise mind. So, wise mind is the middle path between emotion mind and reason mind. And, it can be hard to pull to the center of these two things. Sometimes we're very much in emotion when we're in a situation, other times we're just in reason mind completely, not bringing any emotion into it. This is how you bring to the center, would be called wise mind. Okay. And also, we talked about distracting because sometimes that's all you really can do in a moment of intense sadness or an intense emotion in general. That you have to, bring yourself, you have to regulate yourself out of that so that you can look at it with a more reasonable mind, with a more wise mind, right? So, we talked about ways that we can distract from these emotions, especially sadness. This week, we're going to be talking about mindfulness. And I know a lot of people think mindfulness, they have their own idea of what that is. There are so many different ways to interpret what mindfulness is. But DBT is all about emotions, right? So mindfulness in DBT relates more to the current emotion that you're in, how to stay mindful in that emotion and how we can regulate ourselves with mindfulness in that moment. Again, with sadness, something like sadness, it's hard to really have a coping skill like for anger or for fear. You can do something like checking the facts and just looking at the facts of a situation and figuring out what emotion works best for that, what you're supposed to be feeling in that moment. Sadness is one of those emotions where we just have it. Sometimes we can't do anything about feeling sad, right? Because sadness comes with things like losing something that we really, really feel is important to us. And that could be a person. It could be, something that you've lost your job. And there's sadness in that. You can't really be switching it around, right? You just have to be in it and you have to get through it. So for mindfulness in the current emotion of sadness, we're going to go through that. So maybe you get a better idea of how you can sit with the emotion of sadness, feel it, and be able to cope with it through these mindfulness ideas. Okay. So let's start with what is mindfulness, right? Mindfulness is living in the present moment with intention. Okay. It's paying attention to what is in the here and now, no outside thoughts. So just within yourself, not even your dog, not anything like that, just you and no one else. No pets, no nothing. Okay, just you. It's also no judgment or rejection, letting go of avoiding or blocking what you are feeling or thinking. So you're not judging what you're feeling, right? Like, this is so stupid that I feel this way. Don't ever want to judge our emotions because they're real and they're valid, right? So no judging that sadness, not saying, why should I be sad? These are this, and this, right? No, it's being able to sit with it without saying to yourself, I shouldn't be sad, right? And rejecting that sadness, saying, I'm not sad, I'm totally fine. You're not rejecting the feeling that you're in and that sadness in the moment, okay? You're sitting with it, you're paying attention to it, letting go of avoiding or blocking what you are feeling or thinking, okay? So you could be thinking about the situation that made you sad. You can't change that situation now, right? So you need to sit not judge, I should have done it this way or that way. It's been done. Okay. And now it's time to sit with that sadness. Okay. Having no attachment to that moment, just being in the moment without bringing in past or future feelings. So you're not bringing in, well, this is when I had a happier time, or this is when I felt more free, or this is when I was with this person. You're not thinking about the past or the future. You're in that moment feeling that sadness. Okay. So that is what mindfulness is, okay, in DBT. Next, we're going to talk about mindfulness of current emotions. So that means sadness. Observing your emotions in the moment. So you're going to sit there, very uncomfortable, right? I tell a lot of people I started a podcast to run away from sitting with my emotions. And it's no joke because it's really hard to sit with sadness, right? Very, very hard. It's very uncomfortable, right? So, observing your emotion in the moment means experience the emotion. Don't hold on to, block, or push away. So, you're just sitting with it. You're feeling that sadness. Let it go. Cry if you have to. Let that sadness sit with you, that emotion sit with you, right? But you're not going to hold on to it, like forcing yourself to continue to sit in that sadness. You're going to feel the emotion until you don't anymore. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. It really is true. You can sit with something and it can pass. It's just that when we hold on to it or we try to push it away, that makes that more difficult. If we just sit with that emotion, it will pass. Weird thought, right? But very true. Be mindful of your body sensations. This is a good one. Where is your body feeling the emotion? Allow yourself to feel and notice how long the emotion stays. Okay, so where is your body feeling the emotion? The sadness, many times people feel it in their eyes because they feel like crying. They feel it in their chest. They feel a tightness. It can feel weary. Weary is a descriptive word of sadness, weariness. So, what does weariness feel in your body? Maybe low energy. Your arms and legs feel heavy, right? Notice that. Sit with that feeling, okay? And then allow yourself to feel and notice how long the emotion stays. That's back to what I was saying before. You can sit, although uncomfortably, with a feeling in your body, in your mind, in the memory of something, right? The sadness that you feel from something, and it will pass. So you can notice as you're sitting with your sadness how long it is and when it passes. And it's an amazing feeling when you feel a sad energy pass. It's almost a relief. Okay. Practice acceptance. Respect, accept, and do not judge what you are feeling. Okay. This goes back to non-judgmentalness, right? You're not judging how you're feeling. You're respecting where you're at in this feeling, right? You're accepting that you are in sadness right now. You are not judging it. I'm sad. Again, you don't say, I shouldn't be sad. It's stupid to be sad. You're sad. So you're accepting that. And you are living in it and learning to sit with it in order for it to pass. So I hope that was helpful. I know that it's something that can be really hard for people to do, to sit and struggle with the feeling that you're having. And sadness is in particular the hardest one. Like I said, I go and do anything I possibly can to not have to sit with an emotion like sadness. And it's not the best thing, right? I have to learn to sit more with my sadness feel it, not judge it, saying, I shouldn't be doing this, I should be doing something else, so I'm not feeling this, right? I should be feeling it, and then allowing that moment to pass. And I guarantee you, it is a much better feeling coming out the other side. So I hope it helps, and I will see you again next week for our final Moody Talk on sadness. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.